Hi, you're listening to the secret podcast of the worst pregnant person. This is my first pregnancy. I'm 34 years old and I started this podcast to complain. Selfishly, this is my therapy. However, I do feel like I have to justify complaining, so here's the disclaimer. I am very excited to welcome my first child if everything goes well. I realise there can be complications along the way, which is very scary. I do find it scary not knowing what's going on inside me. But I chose this and I want this. Although I do feel like there is pressure on pregnant people to say they are grateful. I am grateful, but it won't stop me from complaining. I do appreciate that everyone's journey is different, and some people find it incredibly difficult to conceive, and some people can't have children. And I just want to say that I hope my complaining doesn't offend you. That's not my intention. I feel like my partner has received the brunt of my complaining, and now it's your turn. He's heard me say, I have a newfound respect for women about 1,000 times now. Not that I didn't have respect for women before, but a new level of empathy has been unlocked. So, can I do a quick shout out to all the women throughout history? You brave, brave people. I salute you. I really, really do. So, I didn't brush my teeth until lunchtime today. In the morning, I told myself, you know what, it's okay to go out to Cafe Nero and order a very weak coffee without brushing my teeth. I thought, the staff are behind a large counter, so surely my breath won't reach them there. Why did I do this, you ask? Well, yesterday, for the first time in my pregnancy, I physically threw up. And no, this wasn't because I had morning sickness this time, like I had been experiencing in my first trimester. This was because the toothbrush hit the back of my throat, and that set off a chain reaction. You see, I've been striving not to be sick. That's been my sole purpose in life for the past 3 months. Even after 4 weeks straight of nausea that lasted for about 8 hours a day, I refused to throw up. Okay, that's probably silly of me to deny my body's natural response, but I just hate being sick, I really do. But yesterday morning, it felt like my masochistic body said, I told you I'd make you throw up at some point. After all the months of trying to push me down, here I am, loud and proud. My sick was also a neon yellow colour, but I did have pineapple juice the night before. And when I was being sick, I couldn't catch my breath for ages, and I thought I was going to die right there in the bathroom. Okay, I bet you're thinking, God, woman, stop being so dramatic, it's just sick. Okay, let's talk about morning sickness then. I was aware morning sickness is a thing, but until I experienced it, I didn't realise how debilitating it would be. And I didn't even have hyperemesis gravidarum. Okay, the name sounds magical, doesn't it? It's like something from Harry Potter. However, having HG isn't magical. It can put pregnant women in hospital. Women have also taken their own lives because of this terrible condition. You may be aware that Kate Middleton suffered from this for all 3 of her pregnancies. How on earth did she get through 3 pregnancies with this, especially after the first one, knowing what was in store for her? I really don't know. And you simply can't get rid of it by eating or drinking ginger. Don't get me started on ginger. I tried ginger as everyone was banging on about its magical healing properties, and it didn't do a damn thing for me, so now the smell of it makes me sick. And I used to really love ginger. I also wonder how women cope if they are self-employed and they can't work for months because of pregnancy sickness or HG. Becoming a mum is expensive in itself, but having this added element of stress isn't good. I'm not sure if this is a thing, but there should be a sickness spectrum given to all pregnant people. I can visualise it now, a leaflet that opens up with a sliding arrow so you can indicate what level of sickness you're feeling each day. None, mild, moderate, HG. They should also send you a congratulations, you're pregnant email saying now prepare yourself for what's to come. And some of you sticky people out there, you're going to have a bumpy ride. I've also been keeping notes on how I feel each week, and on week 10 I wrote, I have felt nauseous every day since week 6. It's taking its toll on me now, and I'd really like to feel better now. In the dark days of feeling constantly ill, I remember lying on my bed doom scrolling to distract myself from the nausea, thinking, what have I done? Now, there is guilt attached to this thought, but I was scared that this would be my life for the next 9 months. And I was thinking, how am I going to cope with this? I was also thinking about my finances as well. If I can't work properly, how am I going to save for maternity leave? I was really scared. And I've never felt unwell for 4 weeks straight in my whole life. I'd also just like to say that if you have a chronic illness that isn't even pregnancy related and you are constantly ill, I hear you and I see you, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through what you're going through. So in a way, I am fortunate that for the most part I can work from home. What a blessing. It would never have happened before COVID. And I know some people don't have that luxury, and big respect to you if you've been dragging yourself into work every day feeling like shit. In the brief moments I didn't feel sick during the most intense 4-week period, I would drag myself to the supermarket. And I've never felt so disgusted in my life. Who knew food could be so offensive? I recall one supermarket outing with my partner. I had to stop in the frozen section and lean on the freezer as a wave of nausea overcame me. From week 6 to 10, I could also only really eat cream crackers and beige fruit and some fruit like mango. And I was starting to worry if the fetus was getting enough nutrients. This was really worrying me actually. I felt so guilty. So I took to Google, Reddit, and my good friend ChatGPT, who I'm sure is your good friend also. And I was reassured that this is common and often babies do end up being healthy if you can't eat very well in the first trimester. Your body draws on your nutrient stores to support early development. Just keep on taking the recommended vitamins and do try your best just to eat what you can. So that reassured me a little bit. But obviously I still wanted to try and get as much nutrients in me as possible. So at the moment, my partner and I know a lot of pregnant people. It's just the age we're at. And I always inquire if they have sickness and nausea. And every time I hear, no, she's doing fine, she doesn't feel sick, she's just getting on with it, or she's good, I can't help but think, you jammy person. But really, I'd like to use a much more offensive word here. But no, good for you, good for them. If pregnancy doesn't come with sickness, that is a dream. So thank you for listening to me ramble. If you're having a tough time right now, please do look after yourself. That's it for episode 1, the first episode. Let me know what you think of it. I've never done a podcast before, so let me know if you want to hear episode 2. Bye.